Irons, Spells, and Spellbooks is a magic mod that is inspired by classic RPG games and aims to introduce the classic spellcasting fantasy to Minecraft. With an emphasis on progression, you can gain power by fighting dangerous wizards, raiding a plethora of structures, delving through dungeons, collecting resources, and finding powerful magical items. So, let's begin. To get started in the mod, as you explore the world, look for scrolls which contain spells. These can be found in treasure chests, dropped from enemies, or crafted at the scroll forge. You can do one of two things with these scrolls. You can either cast them, which will consume the scroll and use no mana, or you can place the scroll in the inscription table and put them in your spellbook. The inscription table allows you to learn spells from scrolls. To do this, you place a spellbook that you either found or crafted, and then slot the scroll into it. If a scroll is too powerful for your current spellbook, you'll need to find or craft a better one. There are many materials you may stumble upon throughout your adventures, in the overworld and in the nether. Ink can be found in magical structures such as wizard towers and is the key to crafting the scrolls. There are 5 variants, one for each rarity of scroll. When using ink in the scroll forge, it will allow you to craft a spell of the corresponding rarity at the lowest level available. If the minimum rarity of a spell is higher than the ink provided, you will not be able to craft it at all, instead needing a higher quality ink to craft its first level. There are 9 schools of magic, and you require a magical focus to craft scrolls or gear pertaining to that school. The schools and their focus are as follows. The fire school's focus is blaze rods. The ice school's focus is frozen bones, which are dropped from strays. The lightning school's focus is bottles of lightning. These are got by using an empty bottle on a charged creeper. The holy school's focus is divine pearls, which are crafted from gold and amethyst. The blood school's focus is blood vials, which are obtained by cooking mobs in a cauldron. The ender school's focus is ender pearls. The evocation school's focus is emeralds. The poison school's focus is poisonous potatoes. Arcane essence is the most common and most important magical material. It can be found in magical structures or looted from killing magical enemies. Low amounts of it may craft weak magic items, but its primary purpose is to be condensed into arcane cloth or arcane ingots and used in more powerful recipes. Runestones are a way more rare find in magical structures and are always found as blank runestones. Using 8 focuses, you can craft a runestone to a specific school and use your inscribed runestone to craft gear related to that school. Hogskin is a new drop from Hoglins and it is used to craft magical items. Cinder Essence is a drop from Ancient Knights, who can be summoned at the Ancient Battleground and is used to craft upgrade orbs. Arcane Debris / Arcane Salvage is an ore similar to Ancient Debris but is found in the overworld. A netherite pickaxe is required to harvest it, and the scrap is used in powerful magical recipes. The Ruined Book is a skull-infested book that can be found in ancient cities and used for crafting powerful spellbooks. All of the tinkering and crafting of the mod will be done at the inscription table, scroll forge, and arcane anvil. The scroll forge is a crafting station that allows the player to craft scrolls by using ink, paper, and a focus. The ink determines the rarity / level, and the focus determines what school of spells you can craft. The arcane anvil is a crafting station that is used to combine magic items together, such as the following. Upgrading scrolls, just like you can do with enchanted books. Upgrading school armor and spellbooks using upgrade orbs. And you can imbue swords with a spell. This only works one at a time, and scrolls cannot be retrieved after imbuing them. Many new pieces of magical equipment can be found, looted, or crafted in this mod. Some of these include 5 craftable spellbooks that follow vanilla progression, iron, diamond, netherite, and so on. 2 unique spellbooks that are rare drops from certain mobs and come with pre-slotted spells. And 3 additional spellbooks that can be found throughout the world. Additionally, 10 sets of armor are added to the game, including an early game, mid game, and 8 late game sets, each corresponding to a school of magic, giving players additional power for that school while they wear them. Let's take a look at the armor sets of the mod. Crafting each of the schools of magic armor sets follows a similar recipe. They require several pieces of arcane cloth, as well as the rune of the desired school. The cloth pieces are placed the same as standard armor recipes, with the rune also being placed typically near the center of the crafting grid. Each piece of magical armor worn from these classes will grant the user plus 100 max mana to begin with, as well as plus 8% spell power of whatever class the armor belongs to. For example, the Arch Evoker boots grant plus 3 armor, plus 100 max mana, and plus 8% evocation spell power. The Wandering Magician set is seen as the early game robes that can be crafted to give the player some more mana. The Scarecrow is a mid-tier robe that can give a decent amount more mana. and the netherite battle mage armor can be used as an alternative to the class armors and provides the most protection of all the armors while still granting a lot of extra mana use. The fire school has the pyromancer set, the ice school has the cryomancer set, the lightning school has the electromancer set, the holy school has the priest set, the blood school has the cultist set, the Ender School has the Shadow Walker set, the Evocation School has the Archevoker set, the Nature School has the Plagued set, the Elder School actually has no armor set. This mod also adds some amulets and rings for use with the Curios mod. Some can be crafted but most are required to be found as loot. The Amethyst Resonance Charm grants plus 15% mana regen. The Amulet of Concentration allows long casted spells to become uninterruptible. The Conjurer's Talisman grants plus 10% summon damage. The Emerald Stoneplate Ring grants plus 25% experience from slain creatures. The Fire Word Ring grants fire immunity. The Frost Word Ring grants freezing immunity. The Heavy Chain grants plus 15% spell resistance. The Poison Ward Ring grants immunity to poison. The Ring of Expediency grants plus 15% cast time reduction. The Ring of Mana grants plus 100 max mana. The Ring of No Affinity is randomly generated as loot and will boost the level of a selected spell by 1. The Ring of Recovery grants plus 15% cooldown reduction, and the Silver Ring grants plus 25 max mana. The Alchemist Cauldron can be used to brew potions, craft elixirs, recycle scrolls, and upgrade ink. If a mob or player is placed in it while there is water, blood vials can also be produced. It has 4 inputs and 4 output slots and must have water in it to activate. Right click to place a valid item into the input slots, and right click with a glass bottle to extract an output item. Let's look at the elixirs. The Evasion Elixir grants Evasion 2 for 1 minute. Evasion 2 allows 2 hits to be evaded. The Greater Evasion Elixir grants Evasion 4 for 1 minute and allows 4 hits to be evaded. The Invisibility Elixir grants True Invisibility for 15 seconds, and the Greater Invisibility Elixir grants True Invisibility for 40 seconds. The Oakskin Elixir grants Oakskin 2 for 45 seconds. Oakskin 2 gives plus 20% damage reduction. And the Greater Oakskin Elixir grants Oakskin 4 for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Oakskin 4 gives plus 30% damage reduction. The Greater Potion of Healing gives instant health 3. Several new randomly generated structures can be found in the world. They'll contain magical loot and magical enemies guarding it, as well as traps and most importantly secret treasure. The Mountain Tower is the lonely tower of ice mages. It can be found in mountainous and snowy biomes. The Mangrove Hut is the home of the fire mages. It can be found in swampy biomes. The Evoker Fort is the keep of the Archevoker. It can be found in forests, plains, deserts, and savannas. It also gets a randomly generated surrounding camp. The Catacombs is the magical stronghold of a king who died long ago and can be found deep underground. The Wayward Compass can be used to locate them. It is recommended to have a decent amount of gear to take on the Dead King boss. The Ancient Battlegrounds is the site of a battle of which the name was long ago forgotten. It can be found resurfacing in the Nether. Armor piles can be harvested to reanimate the Ancient Knights here. Now we'll look at the spellbooks of the mod. The Ancient Codex reduces your cooldowns by 20% when equipped as a spellbook. The Apprentice's Spellbook reduces your cast time by 15% when equipped as a spellbook. The Blaze Instruction Manual is a rare drop from Blazes. It boosts your fire spell power by 10% when equipped as a spellbook. The Dragon Skin Spellbook boosts your Ender power by 10% when equipped as a spellbook. The Druidic Tome enhances your nature spell power by 10% when equipped as a spellbook. The Enchanted Spellbook is a standard spellbook. The Flimsy Journal is another standard spellbook. The Grimoire of Evocation is a rare drop from Evokers or Archevokers, including spells like Fang Strike, Fang Ward, and Summon Vexes. The Ironbound Tome is another standard spellbook. The Necronomicon contains powerful spells like Blood Slash, Blood Step, Ray of Siphoning, and Blaze Storm. The Rotten Spellbook is a rare find from the world. It reduces your spell resistance by 15% when it's equipped as a spellbook. The Villager Bible, traded by a priest for a special written book found in the Evoker Fort, boosts your holy spell by 8% and reduces your cast time by 8% when equipped as a spellbook. Now for some of the staffs and weapons. The Artificer's Cane, when held in either hand, gives you 4 attack damage, an attack speed of 1, an attack range of 2.5, plus a 15% reduction in cast time, a 10% boost in spellbook power, and a 15% cooldown reduction. The Decrepit Flamberge is an Ancient Knight's two-handed weapon. It deals 11 attack damage, has an attack speed of 1.3, an attack range of 2.75, and gives you plus 5 armor when in your main hand. The Greybeard Staff, when held in either hand, gives you 3 attack damage, an attack speed of 1, an attack range of 2.5, a 10% boost of your spell power, and a 25% increase in mana regeneration. The Ice Staff, when held in either hand, gives you 4 attack damage, an attack speed of 1, an attack range of 2.5, a 25% increase in mana regeneration, a 5% boost to spell power, and a 15% boost to ice spell power. The Mage Hunter, found in Archivoker Forts, deals 7 attack damage, has an attack speed of 1.6, an attack range of 2.5, and gives you 25% spell resistance when in your main hand. The Bloodstaff is a common drop from the Dead King. It gives you 8 attack damage, an attack speed of 1, an attack range of 2.5, and boosts your blood spell power by 15%, overall spell power by 5%, and summon damage by 10%. So there are over 70 spells in this mod, so I'm not going to go through all of them because that would be very boring for everyone involved. Instead, I will show you one that I really liked from each of the magic schools. The rest I will let you explore for yourself. To open the spells currently bound to your spellbook, you can click the keybind. I like to set mine to the middle mouse button, and it will open a quick select wheel where you can select the spell to use. Then you can use the casting keybind, which I have set at B, and your spell will then activate. Some spells require a target and such to work. For the Eldritch School, I've chosen Telekinesis. This spell allows you to literally lift up mobs and move them around with wherever your cursor is. For the Blood School, I've chosen Raise Dead, which summons undead minions from the earth beneath. The higher the power of the spell, the better the equipment they will have, with the highest level having 6 summons. For the Ender School, I've chosen Starfall, which targets a single area and continuously rains down arcane comets from above. For the Evocation School, I've chosen the Chain Creeper spell, which conjures a ring of creeper heads that falls to the ground and explodes. Any creature killed by this blast will conjure another, smaller ring of creeper heads. For the Fire School, I've chosen the Magma Bomb spell, which launches a bomb made from magma, exploding on impact and leaving a field of fire wherever it lands. For the Holy School, I've chosen the Wisp spell, which conjures a projectile of holy energy that will float towards nearby targets and deal damage upon impact. For the Ice School, I've chosen Frost Step, which instantly teleports to wherever you're looking at, leaving behind a shadow of ice, which will shatter after 3 seconds, shooting out icicles in every direction. For the Lightning School, I've chosen Thunderstorm, which conjures a thunderstorm centered around yourself that strikes nearby creatures within sight with a small bolt of lightning every 2 seconds for the spell's duration. For the Nature School, I've chosen the Earthquake spell, which conjures an earthquake around a targeted creature or location, causing tremors to ripple around through the ground, damaging and slowing creatures in the area. Obviously, this just scratches the surface of the spells in this mod. The complete list of spells is available to view on the wiki. I would go as far as to say that this is probably the best Minecraft magic mod out there. It's balanced, nothing's too overpowered, it works on a progression system, the effects and animations are really cool looking, and you can start using the mod early game and it's still relevant late game. What more could you want from a magic mod, really? That will do it for Iron's spells and spellbooks. It's available to download in the description. Thank you so much for watching and take care.